Hi everybody, it's Claire from Handmade at Hudson's and thank you very much for pressing play on the video today. So today's video is actually showing you examples which I have made using Textures and Frames stamp set. So I showed you how to make this card a few weeks ago and I will link the video in below. And this used the frame from the Textures and Frames stamp set, and I said that I would show you some more inspiration to use the stamp set. So I'm just going to bring in the stamp set. So it is a free Sale-a-bration set, which means that it is available for free when you spend £45 or more on an order, not including postage and packaging, before the end of September. So I know that a lot of people have been buying the papers, and I just wanted to show that actually if you are making an order, this is quite a versatile stamp set, and that it is super cute. So this is how it stamps out. Just ignore the smudges because it's actually got some pizzazz that appeared that wasn't supposed to, and I think that they are really interesting shapes that you can do lots and lots of different things with. And then as I was preparing this card, I actually realised they actually also stamp on the back, so it gives you another 6 shapes, which I haven't got any cards for, but do mean that you've got extra inspiration, or it doesn't have to be this side that you use, you can also use this side. So just remember to clean your stamps off properly and make sure that there is no residue so that it sticks to your stamp block properly. But I think they're quite interesting shapes on the other way. I think it'd be interesting to see this with this. So this is the reverse of the dots. Okay, so let's put this away and I'm now going to show you what you made. Now, originally I was going to show you all the cards that I made. However, with me babbling, it's about half an hour video and I don't think you want to see that. So I have cut down the cards that I wanted to show you, and I am planning on showing you my favourites. So this is probably one of the favourite cards that I made, and this is actually the last card that I made. So this is using the dots, and then also it uses the thanks from the artistically inked stamp set. So I have used the thanks a lot and also the happy birthday a lot from this stamp set. I think that they are perfect large sentiments to use on lots of different cards, and I can't wait to have a play with the other stamps in that set. So for this, I have actually stamped the dots in Versamark ink and then added white embossing powder, and then I originally tried to colour over the dots with, oh she's dropped it, with sponge daubers, but the ink wouldn't hold. So I actually then moved on to using the blends, and that worked quite well. The only thing I would say is make sure that the embossing powder is completely dry before you add your blend, and also that you have actually set all the embossing powder. So the Magenta Madness seems to have worked quite well, but I don't know why, but the Bermuda Bay and the Just Jade, it seems to have struggled slightly. But I still think it's quite a pretty card, and I have just heat embossed the thanks, and then rather than actually adding dimension by adding it on to dimensionals, I have added by dimension by putting behind it 2 scraps of paper. So it's black paper, so you can't see it, but I think that looks really rather pretty, and it's probably my favourite card that I've made. And the next card was inspired by a card I've made previously, and you'll notice a running theme through my cards, which is that I am slightly addicted to Mr. Moonlight and blues. And also I have been trying to avoid normal layers. So the last cards that I made, I was trying not to be sort of 14.8 by 10.5 with a layer at 10 and 14.3, and then going down in like increments of either half a centimetre or a quarter of an inch. So this one is actually a card which is a Z fold, and then it just opens like this, and I think this is super, super cute. So this uses Mr. Moonlight, Pool Party, and I want to say Highland Heather, but I'm not sure whether it's Highland Heather or Fresh Fuchsia, but both of them would work perfectly with this. And then I've also got the thank you from the Sweet Strawberry stamp set. And in a later card, I've also used the hello there, I think, and the flower. So I think it's important to try and use them for as many cards as possible. And for the thank you, I knew that the thank you wouldn't fit in this small circle that I've chosen. So I made the thank you smaller by masking off the U and just stamping the thanks, then making sure that I cleaned it off properly and masking off the thank and stamping the U underneath. And I think that looks really rather cute, and I do like that card. So I shall be sending that out to somebody shortly. And I've just added some splotches here to try and tie the two together as well. And I think that looks really rather cute. So I then moved on to using the frame. Actually, I might show you this one first. Oh, sorry, just to confuse you. So as I said, I have used the hello there, which is from the strawberry stamp set as well. And then I have used the flower, and then I've used the strawberry punch to punch that out. And I've added some diamantes from the holiday rhinestone collection. And for this, as I said, I was trying to get away from normal layered cards. So I added some stripes instead. So to make sure that the card itself didn't drop, I have added a piece of card on this side so that there isn't so much droopage, because otherwise this side would be higher and that would be lower. So again, this is Mr. Moonlight's Spotter theme and Pool Party, which I think is really rather cute, and I do love that hello there. And then here we have gone for Highland Heather, and that happy birthday is from the artistic links that we saw before. And I have used the frame to create I wanted it to look like it was a garden trellis that the butterfly was flying towards. And I think it looks all right. I'm not really sure how I feel about the card, but I do love the butterfly, which is from the Brilliant Wings stamp set, which you would have seen because it was one of the early release stamp sets that Stampin' Up released pre-catalogue launch, which meant that quite a lot of demonstrators had it and demonstrated some gorgeous, gorgeous cards using it. Now, I haven't reused it very much, but I should really, and I absolutely adore the, I don't know, I think I just adore the shapes, etc. So I do need to play more. And then I have done the splatting technique that is very used by Dina Rika from the Creativity Cave, and her videos are amazing. Go check them out. Okay, so the next card is another blue card. Oh, actually, I should have said what colours are on here. So we've got Highland Heather, Balmy Blue, and Pear Pizzazz. And what I have done is I've actually inked the Balmy Blue with a blending brush and created a sort of more purpley blue, because I felt like one colour was a bit too harsh, so I sort of blended it in together. My next card again is Mr. Moonlight and Balmy Blue, and I wanted to get away from normal layers. So on this one, it is normal layer size, but it's sort of arranged slightly differently. On this one, I thought I would try cutting up the paper, so you could make your own designer series paper, and I've then re-added it to the card with gaps. So there is a 1/2 centimetre gap between those sides. There's a 1/2 centimetre gap between the white paper and the Balmy Blue, and then I've made this actual piece of white paper smaller so that I can have a gap all the way in different places. So I have stamped the circle and then have cut that out with a 1 3/4 circle punch, and then I have also stamped the dragonfly and then stamped out the dragonfly with the dragonfly punch. Now with the dragonfly, the original sample that I saw used an old stamp set, which is not available anymore, and I think it's Switches of Texture. So I also thought about using the Dragonfly Dreams stamp set, which had a matching thinlets, which was detailed dragonfly thinlets, and I thought I could cut this off. And then I remembered that actually there is another way. So this dragonfly is used or created by using this stamp here and then the dragonfly punch. So I did try it with this stamp here because I like the wings better on this dragonfly. However, the whole purpose of the using the stamp is to create the body in a sort of uniform way, which is difficult because this one is white, whereas this one's darker. So I would suggest stamping that down and then punching the little punch out, and I think that looks quite cute. And again, Very True Friend is from the Dragonfly Garden. So if I use one stamp set, sorry, one stamp from a stamp set on cards like this, I try to use them so that you're not using 4 different stamp sets generally. I do think that the Artistic Link is a useful stamp set. Okay, so I've kept this in even though we are in a Mr. Moonlight and Just Jade kind of mood, because I wanted to say that these stars are actually from the Words of Cheer bundle, and they are actually flowers, and I think they are super, super cute. So this was inspired by a card that I saw on either Pinterest or YouTube. Facebook. But they use the stars from, I think it would be the stars that are in the annual catalogue, but I just thought to myself, I don't have those, what can I use? So just have a look and see, and what else have you got in your collection. So You're the Best is from the Handsomely Suited, which I find is a perfect stamp set for men, but as I said, go use this as inspiration and see what you've got in your cupboard to create these. And I think it's quite cool that this is actually a flower, not a star, but I think they look quite cool. And then I have moved on to using the sort of brush strokes. There are some gorgeous, gorgeous cards on Pinterest using this brush stroke. And this one was inspired by a card, not from Pinterest, but a card that I got in a swap a very long time ago from Michaela Ditheridge, who is the Crafty Unk pen. She's an amazing demonstrator, and I love the colours, so I thought I would copy that. So I have got Mango Melody, Daffodil Delight and Poppy Parade, which is stamped off. I've used the Early Espresso, and I've used Miles Apart But Still in My Heart. Now that actually comes from a stamp set which I haven't used a lot, which is called Lovely You, which is here. I've had this a while, haven't used it a lot, but I do think it's a gorgeous, gorgeous stamp set. So this is Early Espresso rather than black, but I still think it works, and I think it's quite a cute card for a friend. So my next card is a congratulations card, and I think it's quite interesting. So the congratulations is actually from Peaceful Moments stamp set, which is a good one for having lots of different sentiments and celebrations, etc. And the stars are from the Banny All Year stamp set. However, I'm sure we've all got lots and lots of Christmas sets wandering around the house which also have stars in. So have a look and see what you've got. I just felt like it added a bit more oomph to the card. And again, I have gone for Poppy Parade, Mango Melody and Daffodil Delight. And again, instead of being stamped in black, that's actually stamped in Early Espresso, so that it's not so harsh. I think over the years, I'm not really loving basic black or black stamping. I tend to try and go for Early Espresso or basic grey. And you'll see on some of my other videos, sometimes even smoky slate, to try and take away that harshness. Okay, so this is a card that I've seen on Pinterest a lot. It's gorgeous. It is making them into a Christmas card. So a lot of people have been using the bag from the Penguin and Friends. I decided to use a strawberry, on top of the strawberry, as you do, And to decorate, rather than using the stamp set, I've been using some masks. So I've used the dot, the stripes, and the random pattern, this one, from the Adorning Designs decorative masks. Now, there was two problems with this. First of all, I think this one's a bit big. Secondly, the first time that I tried to add the patterns, I used Versamark and my heat and stick powder. Now, my heat and stick powder is probably a few years old now, so it wasn't working as well as it should do. When I say a few years old, I'm thinking about 5. So the flakes were brilliant, but the glue didn't stick very well. So I ended up going back in with a quick glue pen, and I've also drawn these in with a quick glue pen. So what I tend to do is to draw them and then leave it a little bit to dry, and then tap the flakes on, and then leave that a little bit, and then rub them off. And if you get flakes where you don't want to, you can either use your adhesive remover, or you can also use a sand eraser to get rid of the bits that you don't want on. So this Merry and Bright is actually from one of my new stamp sets, and actually, having looked at this before, I could have used the top of this. So it's Bright Baubles. It's a really gorgeous stamp set. Lovely sentiments. I love the Merry and Bright. And then inside I've got Sending Christmas Joy. So I need to have a play with this one as well. Seems to be a common theme here that I need more time in my craft room. Ooh, I wish. So based on this one, I wanted to do a flower one. So I've made them into flowers. Now, I had debated whether to draw flowers in, but I'm not good at hand drawing. Or the other thing I could do is find another stamp which had a flower to create that. But I think that looks quite interesting. And again, we've gone for the Happy Birthday from the artistic stamp set. And then we are on to the final stamp, which is the 3 stamp. So that's actually what's on there that I've added together twice to create the stem. So for this one, I put it in my Stamper Artist and then just coloured them in. So we've got Poppy Parade, Daffodil Delight, Mango Melody, Granny Apple Green, Flirty Flamingo, Pacific Point, and also Gorgeous Grape. And then I've used the Dragonfly Garden again to just add a little bit of interest, and for the sentiment, which is thank you for your kindness. And then my last card is one that if you look on Facebook, you will see went completely wrong. So my original for this card, I ended up messing up the mechanism at the top. So I ended up taking bits off and trying to make it again, apart from the only bits I managed to salvage was the perfume and this bit on the inside. So I have got Polished Pink and Flirty Freesia. And then I have got the parfum from the Dress Twins Press stamp set. And the Happy Birthday and the sentiment inside is actually from one of my retired Special Celebration stamp sets, which I keep out because I adore the Happy Birthday and the sentiment on the inside. And also it's got inside and outside stamps, or outside and inside stamps. So I hope that this shows you that actually have a look and see what you've got in your stash and see what you can use with this stamp set, because it's super versatile. Thank you very much for pressing play on the video today. All the pictures for the cards that I've showed you and some more. So the cards that I've showed you will be on my blog, and some more cards using different ideas will be on in my gallery. Thank you very much for pressing play. If you've liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't liked it, give it a thumbs down, but please let me know why. If you are new to my channel, please don't forget to subscribe, and also to ring the bell so that you know when I next post. So I hope this has inspired you to pull stuff out of your stash and to use what you have, and also to show you different ways to use this gorgeous stamp set. Thank you. Bye.